What do you do to separate yourself from everybody else? What do I do to give myself that advantage, that edge? If everybody's out there just playing and you're exactly like them, you shape like them, you have the same speed they have, everything is the same, what's your advantage? What's your edge? To be one of the greatest athletes, to take your school's program to a level that it may have never been to, you're gonna have to have a motivation that nobody else has. You have to have a why. Your motivation has to be totally different. You have to have a why. This is all I'm asking for. I'm asking you to get a why, because apparently there's something that's happening inside of you that does not allow you to push yourself every single time. So I'm asking you to create a why, because if you have a why, then maybe every time you went out, you just wouldn't be there in body, but you would really be there and give 120%. Who do you do it for? Are you a gazelle or a lion? And I want you to stop just thinking about yourself. I want you to think about your family. I want you to think about your town. I want you to think about your school. I want you to think about yourself. Remember what we talked about. I'm going to help you to separate yourself from every other player that's the same size as you. Every other player just as quick as you. Let me tell you what I know he's not going to do. He's not going to put forth 100% effort every single play. He might do it the first quarter. He might do it the second quarter. He might even do it the third, but most of them give out in the fourth quarter and they put forth 50%. And that's why Barry Sanders was one of the best running backs that ever played the game, and he would be negative 16 yards in the third quarter and still get 100 and something in the fourth. Why? Because he said all those defensive guys, the guards, the tackle, they will get tired. Their legs will give out. And just when their legs give out is when I'm going to break for the big one. There was a young man who, he wanted to make a lot of money, and so he went to this guru, right? And he told the guru, I want to be on the same level you're on. And so the guru said, if you want to be on the same level I'm on, I'll meet you tomorrow at the beach. So the young man got there at 4 a.m. He all ready to rock and roll, got on the suit, should have wore shorts. The old man grabs his hand and said, how bad do you want to be successful? He said, real bad. He said, walk on out in the water. So he walks out into the water. Watch this. When he walks out into the water, it goes waist deep. So he like, this guy crazy. Adrian, like I want to make money. He got me out here swimming. I didn't ask to be a lifeguard. I want to make money. He got me in. So he said, come out a little further, walked out a little further. Then he had it right around this area, the shoulder area. So this old man crazy. He making money, but he crazy. He said, come on out a little further. He came out a little further. It was right at his mouth. My man like, I'm about to go back in here. This guy is mine. So the old man said, I thought you said you wanted to be successful. He said, I do. He said, walk a little further. He came, dropped his head in, held him down, holding him down. My man didn't scratch it, holding him down. He had him held down. Just before my man was about to pass out, he raised him up. He said, I got a question for you. He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. I don't know how many of y'all got asthma in here today, but if you ever had an asthma attack before, you short of breath, SOB, shortness of breath, you wheezing. The only thing you trying to do is get some air. You don't care about no basketball game. You don't care what's on TV. You don't care about nobody calling you. You don't care about a party. The only thing you care about when you're trying to breathe is to get some fresh air. That's it. And when you get to the point where all you want to do is be successful as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And I'm here to tell you, number one, that most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. You don't want it badder than you want to party. You don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success as much as you want to sleep. Some of you love sleep more than you love success. And I'm here to tell you today, if you're going to be successful, you got to be willing to give up sleep. You got to be willing to work off for 3 hours of sleep, 2 hours. If you really want to be successful, some days you're going to have to stay up 3 days in a row. Because if you go to sleep, you might miss the opportunity to be successful. That's how bad you got to want it. You got to go days without, listen to me, you got to want to be successful so bad that you forget to eat. Beyonce said once she was on the set doing her thing, 3 days had gone by, she forgot she didn't eat. Because she was engaged. I never forget when 50 Cent was doing his movie, I did a little research on 50, and 50 said that when he wasn't doing the movie, he was doing the soundtrack. And they said, when do you sleep, 50? Sleep. He said, sleep. Sleep is for those people who are broke. I don't sleep. He said, I got an opportunity to make a dream become a reality. Don't cry to quit. You already in pain. You already hurt. Get a reward from it. Don't go to sleep until you succeed. Listen to me. I'm here to tell you today that you can come here, you can jump up, you can do flips, you can be excited when we give away money. But listen to me, you'll never be successful until I don't have to give you a dime to do what you do. You won't be successful until you say, I don't need that money, because I got it in here. So you thought it was the end of the story. So you thought just because the student was willing to be obedient to the guru and not only wake up but meet him at the beach early in the morning, you thought that was enough? Oh, I got it. So you thought because he was willing to walk out into the deep of the ocean that was enough, because the guru placed his head under the water, pulled it out, and taught him that the secret to success is wanting it as bad as you want to breathe. So you thought that was the end of the story? You thought that one single event, that one single moment was enough for him to stand amongst the greats, to make his dream become a reality. Well, you thought wrong. In fact, it's far from over. That was the easy part. Now it's time to redefine the grind. Well, you thought it was over. Well, it's just getting started. See, this is the part where life demands you make a lifelong commitment. This is the part where life demands that you make a vow, come hell or high water, that you're willing to pay the price. The full fare, where you earn your spot with effort, with sweat, with blood, with tears. And so you say you want it as bad as you want to breathe. Then it's showtime. It's
examination time. It's time to get tested, to test your will, your endurance. It's time to test your heart, to test your limits. This is the part where you reinvent yourself.
Sleep. I don't sleep. You thought that was it? It goes deeper than going without sleep because you might miss the opportunity to succeed. No. It's about no days off, no weekends, no holidays, no birthdays. Listen to me. No days off, no half days, no holidays, no snow days. It's about gaining the competitive edge. It's about separation. It's about separating yourself from the pack. The competition. It's about being a little faster, a little stronger. Listen to me, a little faster than you were last year, last month, last week. In fact, you gotta be a little faster today than you were yesterday. And you can't afford, on the road to success, you can't afford to make excuses. No excuses when you feel pain. And trust me, you will feel it. You gotta go deep down, beyond exhaustion, beyond worn out. And when it's harder than you imagine it would be, when it takes longer than you thought it would take, and when the load is heavier than you thought you could bear, and all you want to do is give up, and all you want to do is give in. When you feel like you've given all you got, you gotta take one more step. You gotta run one more lap. You gotta throw one more punch, and regardless of how much is left in the tank, you gotta fight back. And you gotta fight a little harder. You gotta defeat disappointment, annihilate weakness, and punish the competition. It's about pushing yourself beyond the limits. It's about perfecting the you, not just doing more, not just being better, but finding your best. Listen to me. It's more than wanting as bad as you want to breathe. That's not enough. You got to be willing to face every fear, climb every mountain, defy every odd, onslaught every obstacle, one step at a time, one day at a time, until you, only you, are left standing. There's no one else or nothing in your way until you